What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. You guys join me with this absolutely beautiful 2010 Audi R8 V10. Just want to give a huge thank you and shout out to PurMotive up here in Baltimore, Maryland, for allowing me the opportunity to review this car. If you're interested in this car, it is for sale, and they have a ton of other really cool cars for sale on their website. I'll go ahead and link all their contact information in the description box below for you guys to check out. But with that being said, I just wanted to give you guys a full tour and review of the R8 V10, and this is the first time I've had the opportunity to review one of these cars, and obviously it's an icon in the supercar world and a dream car of mine. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right on in here. So like I said, guys, this is a 2010 R8 V10. This is the first year of the V10 R8. Obviously, everyone is pretty much familiar with the Audi R8 at this point. It debuted in 2007 and is very famous in the Iron Man movies and everything like that. So no real further introduction on the car's history I think is needed. This car, like I said, is an icon in the supercar world. It has the V10 from the Lamborghini Gallardo. The styling is absolutely amazing. The concept for the R8 was actually first shown all the way back in 2003 with very similar styling overall, so it's hard to believe that the design of this car is pretty much 20 years old now. So right up front here, you can see the iconic LED headlights. I did go ahead and flip on the daytime running lights because the LED kind of strip underneath the headlights here is the most iconic part of these headlights on the R8. The R8 was basically the car that started it all with daytime running lights on all the other normal cars that you see out there. A little bit of chrome strips on the grille here. This car is obviously debadged, so it's missing the Audi 4 rings on the trunk or the hood there. You obviously have some cooling right here as well. You can see, obviously there's no engine in the front, but you do have some oil coolers and radiators and things tucked behind the outlets there. Moving along the R8 here, you can see these beautiful V10 wheels. These are specific to the V10. They debuted on the V10 and they're gorgeous. I love kind of the machine look of these wheels. Behind them are standard brakes. There's no carbon ceramics on this car, but they were an option on later years of the R8. As we move around, you can see carbon fiber mirror caps. I do believe that those were an option. And then the iconic carbon fiber side blade, which is a must on the R8. One cool Easter egg of the R8 intake here is that only the bottom part actually functions. The top part is kind of blocked off right here. I always thought it was one continuous strip of intake, but no, it's actually just the bottom part as the intake. And like I said, that gorgeous piece of carbon fiber as the side blade, which is, like I said, a requirement on these cars in my opinion. The oval exhaust pipes, which is the signature for the V10. You also have a really nice diffuser right here as well. And if we move up a little bit, this is a deployable rear spoiler, obviously. I'll show you guys that in a moment. And obviously the glass engine cover to show off that beautiful V10. And another quick note to make is that this R8 has been slightly modified. It is lowered on coilovers. It has had the magnetic ride deleted, which is a kind of a problematic thing on these cars. So I'm glad to see that that's been addressed, and obviously has lowered this car a little bit, gives it a really nice stance in my opinion. And the only other modifications that I'm aware of is it does have a radar detector hardwired, but no exhaust and no engine modifications to speak of. Let's go ahead and check out the front trunk of the R8. You can see here's the key, very old, very standard Audi key of the time. Obviously the switchblade design, lock, unlock, and the trunk button. Go ahead and press the trunk button like so. It'll go ahead and pop it open for us and come up to the front. And as you can see, has a ton of space in this front compartment here. Obviously the car covers in here. You can see this is the standard head unit for the radio, which we'll get into in the interior in a second, but you do have a washer fill, I believe, right there for the windshield washer fluid. But yeah, very practical, honestly. You're not going to be fitting really golf clubs or anything in there, but you could definitely get a couple overnight bags in there. So let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat of the R8 here. It's already unlocked like I showed you guys. Pull on the really nice and flush door handle there. And as you can see, this car has a beautiful interior. Really timeless in my opinion. You can see some of the nice aluminum door handles here. This car is optioned with the Bang & Olufsen sound system as well. You have some nice stitching on this armrest and grab handle here. Obviously the seats and everything, they are showing a little bit of wear. Obviously this is a 14-year-old car at this point, but still looks in really nice condition. They are full power, obviously. This car is basically slammed to the ground, so a little tough to get in here, but as you can see, you're just sitting in an amazing interior here. The view out is really good visibility. In the rear, obviously, you have a nice big piece of glass right there. You get a little bit of a peek of the V10 there. You also have an Alcantara headliner here, which feels really nice. Also right in front of you, you have a flat bottom steering wheel. This is a little bit older design, Audi flat bottom here, but still very nice. You have paddle shifter extensions right here, so you can kind of shift it a little bit further down the wheel if you're not kind of holding it at 9 and 3, which is nice. You have some radio controls right here. Let's go ahead and just put the key in the ignition here. Like I said, it is a switchblade. There's no push button start or anything on this car, and we'll put it in accessory mode. You can see the car does a really nice gauge sweep right there. These beautiful V10 gauges with the white and the red lettering right here. You have a little bit of a helper display in the middle there. And this car, because it's an old Audi, the chime will not be quiet until you shut the door. So we'll go ahead and shut the door here. Moving along the dashboard and the center console here, you can see a really nice design for the air vents right here. This car, like I was saying previously, has a Pioneer aftermarket head unit. I'm assuming it has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but I could be wrong. Don't really want to demonstrate that or anything since it's not factory, but you can see it does have Pandora and a couple other apps like that as well. As we move down a little bit here, you can see the climate controls, obviously heated seats. This is the transmission selector for the 6-speed R-Tronic. This deserves its own explanation in a second here, so we'll get right back to that. But you can see there is a sport mode right here. This is for the traction control, the suspension control, for the raise and lowering of the rear spoiler. If we go ahead and press that, you can see the button illuminates, and like I said, at the rear, it does raise up like so. You can see very, very nice look. But continuing down the center console here, obviously you have a standard manual parking brake here. You can see this is normally where the ashtray and everything would be, but this is hardwired for the passport radar detector and everything like that. You have some cup holders and then some additional storage right at the rear here in this console here. And then also you could probably tuck some cables and everything for the infotainment in that section as well. So let's go ahead and get to the moment everyone's been waiting for. The car is already in accessory mode. We'll go ahead and put our foot on the brake and turn the key to start the car. Absolutely unbelievable. I still can't believe this is a stock exhaust. It sounds incredible. So let's go ahead and check out the engine on the R8, and to do so, we'll go ahead and pull the driver's seat forward, and there's a little electronic switch right here that you can pull while the engine is running to go ahead and open it up. We'll go ahead and lift straight up, and it exposes this beautiful 5.2 liter V10. This is the engine shared with the Gallardo, the Huracan, and everything like that. It has 525 horsepower in this application for the 2010 R8 and 398 foot-pounds of torque, I believe. It's connected to either the 6-speed manual, which is the most desirable option, or in this case, the 6-speed R-Tronic transmission. Like I said in the intro, guys, the engine absolutely makes this car. It is a glorious sounding engine, an absolutely amazing work of engineering. You can see just how beautiful it is under there. You can see the carbon fiber air box right here, the V10 kind of right there on the badging. You can see the aluminum power steering caps and everything like that. Just the attention to detail under here is really unmatched in my opinion. Hopping back in the R8 here, we'll go ahead and talk about this transmission selector here. So as you can see, the car is currently sitting in neutral. As you can see, it's on the dashboard right there. If you want to change gears, obviously you put your foot on the brake. If we want to go to reverse, you just pull it down like so. This car has a aftermarket backup camera. You can see reverse shows up there. And if you want to go into drive, you actually just kick it over into auto right there. You can see it's an A1 Sport right there. You can control it manually through the plus and minus right here. It'll go into manual mode, and obviously you can use the paddles on the back of the steering wheel. And once you're done driving, you can go ahead and kick it back over into neutral and pull the parking brake up. But outside of that, guys, that basically concludes the interior tour of the R8 here. Like I said, a very, very nice place to be still. Really timeless with the gauge cluster, the flat bottom wheel, the aluminum trim and everything like that. With that being said, let's go ahead and shut the car off here and conclude the video. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this quick look at this absolutely stunning 2010 Audi R8 V10. I just want to give a huge thank you and shout out again to PurMotive up here in Baltimore, Maryland, for allowing me to review this car today. This car is for sale, like I said, and I'll leave all the contact info in the description box below. If you guys did enjoy this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe for a ton of cool content coming very soon. And I'll catch you in the next one.